autoerotic.com.
I have to catch up with everything because I stopped watching The Boys right after season 2 with the incels and the memes, and it got super heavy-handed, and it just flew right past the comic books. I thought season 1 was really good. I like season 1. Watched pieces of season 3. I didn't watch a fucking minute of season 4. So I'm going to go back and unfortunately catch up on everything. I know what's going on generally. So I watched these first 2 episodes. But after watching Daredevil and this, it's, I'm so fucking sick of heavy allegory and nihilism. I'm just sick of it.
I only was able to watch the first episode of The Boys, but the second, half of that episode was much more tolerable than the first, because the first was so much about the politics of everything and the allegories like with that. Whereas the other part is just them up against a problem and a fight scene and shit like that. I could not stand that they made that mute bitch talk.
Oh my God, dude. Titty slap is a line in this show.
Nice.
When they get past political allegory, it does move, and they have concepts that are kind of funny. The problem is, and as I was texting Az while I was watching it the whole time, and the dialogue it's so bad.
Your butt MF, is it fully regrown?
My vagina is tingly and damp.
The Boys started out really good. It stayed within the spirit and the frame of the comic books. I still think of their time, they were really good. It had high points, low points, of course, but it was a black comedy, sarcastic look at superheroes, corporate America, excess, celebrities. There were certainly politics in the books too, but it wasn't as heavy-handed as it is in the show. And to go back to what we were talking about earlier, is there is still people going, well, I see it kind of balanced. And the showrunner has come out and said the show is woke. Like Eric Kripke has come out and said, we are making fun of you.
Not even veiled. That's exactly what it is. It's like somebody's nightmare of what they think is going on with TDS, and they've made a whole show about it. And they've just
pretty much, yeah.
For me, in the first season, it was pretty even in terms of kind of everything was open season. Everything got mocked a little bit. Yeah. The right gets mocked, the left gets mocked, the woke stuff gets mocked. And I enjoyed season 1. That lasted 1 season. Season 2, we had this discussion 6 years ago on this channel, apparently, Gary. It's not going after both sides when to one side you're holding a squirt gun and then to the other side you have a fucking rocket launcher, right? That's not going after both sides. Like 1 or 2 jokes throughout a season about one side isn't the same. It was very clear in season 2, they hate you if you voted a certain way. No ifs, ands, or buts. And the point of the show is to mock you. And some people, quite honestly, they were actually too stupid to notice it. So they turned it up another fucking level for season 3. And I didn't watch season 4. It's very heavy-handed the first 30 minutes of season 5.
In season 2, they did try and do something with Stormfront to lure people in, where they gave Stormfront actually some base lines about, it doesn't matter if I'm a woman, let's just, and then they pulled the rug out at the very end. It's like, oh, she's a Nazi. And the message was that anyone who was saying these actually reasonable things, you're basically a Nazi. That was the whole message behind Stormfront in season 2. And that was where they really played their hand. It was blatant.
I was out after Girls Get It Done, and then they actually did Girls Get It Done. I was like, are you serious? Okay.
Well, that's the issue. A lot of the things that people are doing as both sides is actually them going, isn't it awful what they do to us? And you're thinking, that's based, when they're no, the entire point is they show it's awful. So it's a time where they went to like some kind of woke market, and it had all like weird lefty names on all the things, and it was like, the idea behind that was, isn't it awful how capitalism uses our views for profit? Whereas everyone thought they were taking the piss out of those views.
Exactly.
So it's just a misinterpretation, because they are brutally honest with things. The funniest thing I found was, despite 5 series of trying to destroy Homelander, he's still the best character. I still like him more than anyone else. And he's the one you want me to hate the most.
True hero of the story.
He's the most developed, the most sympathetic. He's the most emotional range. You see him crying like every episode. You fucking feel for him. But then, of course, Butcher is so charming. He has nothing to do. And you're like, just say cunt. Yay.
Butcher's boring. he's so boring. He's Butcher. Just there's nothing to him. I love Carlo. I think he's great actor.
He's great as the part.
But Butcher's just like, in the first season, he was cheeky. He was like crafty. It was great. But now he just comes on and goes, all right, there. Yeah, you don't trust me, do you?
I know you don't trust me, but we got a job to do.
Yeah, that was hot.
Yeah, just give us the virus. So so that's it. It's like every fucking scene he comes in, he's just like, what? It's like,
He's like become a parody of his
Oh my god, you ruined it for us. You ruined it.
It's like watching the Mitchell brothers on EastEnders for fucking
Britishisms.
as a joke for my English homies
I
out
did not get that reference.
keeping it real on the west side.
So they dropped 2 episodes. They're still trying to stop Homelander, who basically is in charge of the country now. The president's a puppet. Vice president's still conflicted, but there.
Homelander has this like black assistant, but she's like the boss bitch of him.
She's the smartest person in the world, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Envy.
Yeah.
The smartest person in the world who's fucking dumb. Makes sense.
Can only be as smart as the writers. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and the plot definitely moves forward until you get to Aaron Moriarty, who
Can't even move her own face. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna get that clip up here.
well, we also got to show like the difference in look. She's got the facial structure of Ben Grimm, the Thing, in Fantastic Four. So that's what she used to. Beautiful girl.
Very
beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Knockout.
And that's her now. And taking off the wig doesn't change anything. Her cheeks are huge. That like she did massive work to the upper part of her face.
Her whole lip.
When I heard people going, I can't understand what she's saying, I'm like, they're probably being a bit hyperbolic. And then I watched it and she sounds drunk.
Yeah, I heard somebody said she has an autoimmune disease, and that's why that's why she had to get facial like reconstructive surgery.
How does that help with?
I don't know.
She follows today's modern beauty trends because of a disease.
A lot of her lines as well seem to be like dubbed. There's a few lines where like you've clearly filmed this afterwards and it's still like this. I'm wondering if she's had like Botox around her mouth and so she couldn't actually talk properly and so they waited for it to wear off a bit. And
so
very unfortunate.
Unfortunate that she's got an autoimmune disease. I do not know how plastic surgery fixes that.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
I'm going to guess no. I don't even need to be a doctor. I can be kicked out of 3 high schools and go, I don't think plastic surgery is going to help you with your autoimmune disease. Yeah. I couldn't remember all the clips and I didn't have a ton of time. So I got one that kind of gives you the picture. But when I heard people talking about it, I'm like, nah. And then I watched the show and I shot back to Az. I'm like, holy fuck, you can't understand what she's saying.
No. I mean, I have been at Epcot mostly.
Put it on the side so you can try and read that.
Who can't understand?
I mean, I have been at Epcot mostly.
Huh. I'm at Epcot mostly.
Why do you bring it up?
Oh, wow.
So she can't like really emote anymore. When she smiles, it goes sideways. It doesn't go up. And that's all from the plastic surgery. I don't know what women are doing to themselves there. And for one, they're all starting to look the same. Right? They're all starting to look like...
You're not allowed to age.
They're all the board.
They're all following Raoul Paul's like makeup advice. It's really strange. Everyone looks like... Oh, it's Instagram face. There was a filter, went on Instagram, and everyone is now trying to model that same filter, which is modeled on Raoul Paul's Drag Race. It's very strange.
And they're like, damn men and their beauty standards on women.
What's wrong with having the same face as someone else?
Look, at least
it ain't right. It's unnatural, okay?
Off-putting.
Who's Raoul Paul?
Yeah, Raoul
Paul's
Drag Race.
nor care enough about this person to pronounce him correctly.
I would watch Ron Paul's Drag Race.
Rand Paul?
Yeah, Rand Paul's.
What about Aaron Paul's Drag Race? How would that go down?
He'd take responsibility.
I'll take responsibility. Sorry, I've got fucking butcher again.
They should have added him in now.
So with this series, I have to disagree with you, because Az said, I like Daredevil better than the boys. And I'm going to go, no, I actually think Daredevil was better than the boys.
I like the canteen scene at the beginning of episode 4 in Daredevil. And the boys made me want to
the boys is
all over the
definitely ramping up towards the end, and they kill a character. The one thing I did like was Rock Hard. So Rock Hard is like the Thing if he ate too much and became morbidly obese, and he can't even fucking move his body. And so they used him as a test subject for the virus. And I don't know how he masturbates, but he gets off on volcanoes and he shoots lava, like he ejaculates lava or something like that.
That part was pretty funny.
So the thing was, when The Boys came out as a comic in the early 2010, like whenever it came out as a Wildstorm comic, which is DC, which they canceled it immediately because it was way too spicy, and they were allowed to shop it to Dynamite after that. Which really propelled its popularity. Something getting canceled really can help a book. But it was supposed to be this extreme look at superheroes, kind of taking Watchmen and making it a black comedy and pushing it even farther and just being ridiculous. You have Tech Knight, who fucks a meteor. It's like weird shit happens in this book. And that was at a time when I do believe James Gunn got in a lot of trouble for some edgy jokes around this time. Like that was just what was going on in the zeitgeist. Go as hard as you can, as extreme as you can. Now that we're 15, 16 years later, it just doesn't play out the same. And when I watch this, I'm like, and I like this stuff. It's everything now.
So tired of it.
Played out. Forget the allegories. It's just the tone of the series. I'm completely played out. And
cynical nihilism.
I think the allegories are a problem because I much preferred The Boys over Daredevil. Daredevil bores me senseless. The Boys, I could find myself liking the show, but every time I was kind of getting there was another allegory that made me realize it was a TV show that hated me, and therefore I could never get into the show just because of that reason.
Dude, I don't think they're thinking that far. There was a fucking 2-minute scene of Butcher jogging down the road with Soldier Boy jogging after him to get into a building. They're not really thinking about how this show's flowing anymore whatsoever. They're just trying to get plot point done, plot point done, plot point done, plot point done. So yeah, it's just going to end on Homelander's going to dye his hair orange. He's going to go for a tan. He's going to take off his outfit and put on a fucking suit or something. And then you go, let's make Voight great again.
And as you said, The Boys has become increasingly political. At what point did you realize that that was an intrinsic part of the show?
Very early. When we first pitched the show, it was before Trump was elected. And the idea that a celebrity would actively want to turn themselves into a fascist autocrat was kind of a crazy idea. I mean, it still is, but it turned out to have happened. But we sort of lucked into whose metaphor is really about the moment we're living in, which is the cross-section of celebrity and authoritarianism.
Okay. I'm going back over a couple of old videos that I've got pinned because I might respond to them because you just don't want to speak too soon. One is The Boys comic was kind of terrible from 3 years. And I think there's why the TV adaptation is better than the comics.
It's not.
From Comics Drop. You got to wait for the series to finish for one to make that kind of statement. And it's clearly not. It just isn't. I can still recommend the comic if you're into that kind of thing, which people are kind of done with. I think there is good evidence of that with two particular things. Project Hail Mary and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms are heroic stories. They're pretty traditional and people love them and they're hungry for that. Project Hail Mary is a great example of like what people want because Hollywood's so cynical now that, I mean, the whole approach of The Boys is, well, The Boys is a show for adults.
What?
Sure.
So we've got to have a cock, vag, or arsehole joke.
Yeah, because it's such a mature show when, with their cynical point of view, look down on something like Project Hail Mary because it's so, it's about friendship and space.
Aspirational,
and aspirational. How long did it take? 2024 was when season 4 came out, I think.
Wow.
It felt like it took a long time, but maybe it wasn't. Right. But here it is nearing the end. It'll probably get watched by a lot of people. I'm just
sure
the allegories are annoying as hell, but so is the tone. I'm just kind of done with this stuff. And yeah, like after watching Daredevil and this, I had to go watch something fun.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.